Hello everyone, this is Gary with your cards of the day, and today I'm using 3 different decks, plus I've drawn 2 stones from my rune set. So the decks we are using today are the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti, the Psychic Tarot Oracle by John Holland, and the Gilded Royale Tarot, also by Ciro Marchetti. And as I said before, I've also drawn 2 of my rune stones. Now our first card today is the Knight of Swords, and I get 2 very strong feelings with this card. What we have here is the Knight of the Suit of Air, and we have the mutable air sign here. So we're dealing with a Gemini vibe, and the feeling I get very strongly with this is one of being flexible, adjusting, being able to compensate and adjust and be flexible enough to change perhaps your thought processes, because we are dealing with the Suit of Swords here. So it could be today that you're actually going to be challenged to change the way that you think, and the vibe here is one of be prepared to do that. Do be prepared to be fluid in your thinking. It could also be that you have particular things that you're trying to get done today, and you have a certain idea about how to go about that. But the vibe here is one of don't hold on to any kind of particular ideas or thoughts as being too precious. You know, it may be a case that you have to change tack a little bit in order to get the job done. Now the other vibe that I get very strongly from this card is of Pegasus leaping off, taking off into the air. And the feeling I get here is one of really reach for the skies. Don't limit yourself. You know, if you want something, go after it. You know, even if that requires a bit of a leap of faith, really. You know, really go for it today. Now, our second card today is one of the unusual cards in the Psychic Tarot Oracle, and this is the Crown Chakra card. And it's interesting the way this shows up on the camera, because this is actually a sort of a violet purple, but it's kind of almost showing up a little bit red on the camera there. And the feeling I get very strongly with this card today is be aware of your spiritual connection. Be aware of your connection from your crown chakra to the divine, to spirit, and make use of that connection. Invite your guides and invite spirit to help you today. It could be that perhaps you are looking for a solution to something, and you've thought about it and you've thought about it, and nothing's coming to mind on a mundane level. Put it out there to the universe, put it out there to spirit, and allow the messages to come in through your crown chakra and help you. So be aware of that, your connection today. Our third card for today is a very interesting vibe. What we have here is the Hanged Man, and this has an association to water as well. So what we have here is calmness, being still, being in a position of lack of movement, but that not necessarily being a bad thing. It can be a very, very good thing if we are just still and focused and content to be where we are when we are. On a water level, keeping the emotions very, very calm, very, very gentle, and once we achieve that stillness, then answers can come. The association here actually is with the Norse sky god Odin, the Allfather, who spent 9 days on Yggdrasil, the world tree, and he did that as a form of self-sacrifice so that he could be made aware of the runes and their symbols and what they mean, and so he could gain knowledge. So it was a case of staying still, staying in that place of acceptance, so that messages and wisdom could come to him. So, you know, this very much has this vibe of being content to be in place. The other thing I would suggest from this card today is meditate. One way of achieving that stillness is through meditation. So perhaps today would be a good day to meditate, and that of course harks back to the card we had previously, because then you have a means to quieten your mind and hear spirit. Now, moving to our first rune, interestingly this kind of backs up the feeling we just had. This is Isa, and what we have here is a rune of lack of movement. Slightly more powerful with Isa because this is the inability to move, really. If you think of sort of ice really being very solid, whereas water is flowing, this is kind of water having been stopped. So the feeling that this gives me very much today is sort of a backup to the Hanged Man, really. It's basically be still, don't attempt forward movement too strongly. You know, really kind of gather yourself. That's the sort of idea that I'm getting from this very much, is gather yourself. And use the time that you cannot move forward to your best advantage and use it wisely. Now, our final rune is Manas, and what we have here is the rune of humankind, and the sort of the vibe here is very much one of be aware of your connection to other people and your interdependence with other people. So, you know, today could in fact be a good day to network, communicate, and sort of, in a sense, gather people around you. Now, this can be done without leaving your front door, really. This can be done via the telephone, it can be done via the internet, but, you know, reach out to people, connect with people, and be aware that you have that connection and the value of it, really, because through having that connection, wisdom and advice can come to you that could maybe deal with some of the blockages that you feel. So if we look at these 3 cards and 2 runes, it's very interesting. The first card would seem to be a great big leap forward, but bear in mind this is the suit of thought. So this could be a leap forward in terms of your ideas more than in terms of physical action. But be mutable, be flexible, and be prepared to adjust to new information that comes in. Be aware also of your connection to spirit, and be prepared to ask for help when you need it. If you're at an impasse, if you're stuck, be prepared to ask spirit for guidance. The Hanged Man suggests meditate, be content to be in place, and quieten yourself so that you can hear the guidance from spirit, and wisdom will come to you. The rune Isa is backing that idea up. It's the inability to physically move which gives you an opportunity to meditate, to hear spirit, to consider and to think about things, and to really sort of go for, on a mental level, go for what you really want. Think about what you really want to achieve. And Manaz is giving us networking with other people, connecting with other people, which, even though you're in a position of not moving, you can do via technology, the internet, the telephone. Who knows, perhaps the people you need to connect with will come to you. So watch out for them, and be aware that you have this connection and this interdependence, and just as you need other people, they also need you as well. So I hope you've enjoyed these cards and runes of the day, and I hope you will leave me some comments and let me know how these themes interact with your day today. Please also feel free to check out my website, www.theseerscave.webs.com, for more information about myself, my tools, and the readings that I offer. I want to wish everyone a really happy, joyous, and interesting day, where in your thinking, the sky literally is the limit. Love, light, blessings, and frith to you all.